At first, everything looked smooth. Calm movements, steady hands, a plan that seemed foolproof. But one wrong assumption changed the entire outcome. What happens next turns a simple robbery into a chain of mistakes that no one inside expected. Startled by the shop owner's threat, the thief bolted without realizing he was on camera. By the time it clicked and he tried to hide his face, the damage was already done. The four men stormed into the store armed like it was an action movie, but police arrived so fast their scene never happened. If there were an award for the shortest mission ever, they'd take it. This robbery shows that when criminals try to intimidate others, they often end up causing chaos for themselves. The shop owner was shaken, but the robbers gained nothing, only a panicked escape. The owner stayed calm, fired back with one decisive move, and he panicked, running off and leaving his so-called authority on the floor. She carefully hid her face, hurried along, then stared straight into the camera. One ironic moment that wrecked the whole plan. He thought grabbing the cash would be the end of it. But just a few steps later, karma caught up, wearing a police badge. A fast, clean correction by fate. This armed robbery didn't just take jewelry, it shattered innocent people's sense of safety. When a shop owner, security staff, and customers are all put at risk, that crosses a line no one should accept. They figured crowbars and saws were enough. The ATM didn't budge, and instead of cash, they walked away as crystal clear CCTV celebrities. Karma started rolling the second the cameras did. The suspects were caught planning to steal an ATM at a gas station. Their scheme was stopped before it could happen, and police have now launched an official investigation. He grabbed the wine, then forgot which door led out. He took off like an action hero and finished like a comedy scene. The Fairfield robbery proves that criminals may strike from the shadows, but they always leave a trail behind. The jewelry can disappear, but the evidence doesn't, and justice is never far away. Weapons came out, and fear filled the store. But as the suspect fled, the cameras kept rolling. A red car came into clear view, and that detail could be the key to identifying the suspect. The thief walked in like he was in control, until a small dog showed up. In seconds, the intruder panicked and bolted in fear. Within seconds, fog filled the area with a dense white cloud. He thought he was just fooling around with the cake. But the second time was when karma showed up. Police stepped in immediately, restrained him, and escorted him outside. From birthday cake to a life lesson. The suspect broke into the garage, took 2 bicycles, and then fled toward the stream behind the house. If you recognize this person or noticed anyone heading that way, please contact the police right away. He stormed into the phone shop thinking it would be an easy score with only one person there. But he badly misjudged the situation. The owner fought back fiercely, and the would-be thief panicked and fled in complete embarrassment. Thieves rammed a stolen truck into an ATM, trying to rip it from its base. The late-night scene was pure chaos, and the entire violent crash was captured on camera. The ATM heist didn't work, but the damage was already done. The machine was wrecked, the scene left in chaos, and not a single dollar was taken. A failure at the highest cost. The two thieves vaulted the fence like they were about to pull off a major score. But the second they laid hands on the bike, police swarmed in. The theft happened fast, just not faster than their arrest. He picked the wrong time and the wrong store. When he tried to get away, the shop owner stopped him and held him there until help arrived. In Canada, pulling off something like this isn't easy. They might think the night is working in their favor, but everything they leave behind, from ATM damage and tools to movement patterns and recorded footage, leads straight to law enforcement. The getaway never lasts. He unlocked the door like he belonged there, free to walk in and out. The quiet made the Northeast Portland robbery even more disturbing, because the real question was, how did he get that key? He only meant to grab a pack of cigarettes, but before he could even walk away, everything fell apart. He didn't take a thing, just left chaos behind, like karma showing up way earlier than planned. They thought speed alone would get them away. But after the armed robbery at Heller Jewelers, every route is under watch. This escape isn't the finish line. It's the start of a much larger manhunt. Business theft doesn't just steal property, it hits people's livelihoods. This incident shows how essential security measures, cameras, and a fast response are for protecting small businesses. Stealing a single ATM is dangerous. Stealing dozens only increases the risk with every job. Each scene leaves a clue, and eventually, all the pieces line up and lead straight back to him. This might be the dumbest robbery of all time. They tried to grab a phone inside the store, right in front of the cameras and the staff, and it unraveled within seconds.
Na wao ndo nilishangaza kwa rangi. Yaani kitambo ilisha kama alisimama wapi kwa maua. Hapa. Na kwani huo hukujua alitokezea wapi? Hiyo ndio swali tunauliza.
They believed the weapon would stop the car. Instead, seconds later, the BMW took off without hesitation. What they thought was an armed robbery became a harsh reminder. Not every target is an easy one.
Ndio tunasema ni mazigo. Ienda na gari. Kabasta. Ndio wengine hapo.
An armed group made off with tens of thousands of dollars in merchandise from a luxury store in Queens. The incident is the latest example of the looting wave spreading across New York City. She lifted a small jewelry box, but the man next to her blew it up like a scene from an action movie. Turning a minor theft into a major crime. That kind of partner only makes everything worse. Car theft in broad daylight shows just how bold criminals have become. In a matter of seconds, a vehicle is gone, leaving witnesses in shock. Day or night, though, evidence is always left behind, and justice eventually catches up. Inside the store, the thieves tried to make off with the bags, but an elderly man stood in their way, or a tense standoff formed in the aisle, where right and wrong confronted each other. He didn't come prepared with tools. He simply took them from the store. A crowbar grabbed from the parts aisle became his tool for prying open the safe. The camera captured the entire moment of him arming himself before he fled with the cash. Everyone thinks it won't happen to them, until it does. If you enjoy breaking down these unbelievable moments, subscribe to CrimeCam USA and don't miss the next one.